Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Teach Better Today morning show where the Teach Better team is able to join you live every single morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We are currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn, as well as an episode of Teach Better Talk podcast. If you are all not subscribed to those platforms, but you're there actively, frequently, make sure you go follow the Teach Better team. We love being able to connect with you on multiple platforms to get you content to enhance your day every single day. Jeff Gargis is in the house, and we have some very artistic discussions coming your way. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Teach Better Today morning show. Jeffrey Raymond Gargis in the house. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, good. I have orange juice in a fancy glass. Remember I did this on a show before?
It's very fancy.
It is a fancy glass. It's like a wine glass, but I put orange juice in it, so I feel very like fancy, you know?
That's good.
I feel like you're not as excited about my orange juice.
I'm not as excited. I'll get more excited later. I'll later on I'll be like just sitting here and I'll be like, you know what? That was a fancy glass for orange juice.
Are you an orange juice fan?
We don't usually have it at our house, but I do like it. Okay. It's weird. I drink it almost every morning when we're up at our cabin. The cottage up in camp. I don't know why it's like a cottage thing because we always have it up there. So like I think like her parents like it, so we'll always have it no matter. But like we don't have it in our house because we just don't drink it enough.
Yeah, orange juice to me is something.
I kind of want some right now though.
Yeah, see, it's the fancy glass.
Have any.
Orange juice to me is one of those items that you may not keep it in the house, but on vacation it feels like you always want it.
Yeah, like it's like I don't know. Like there's always someone like even like if we go like if sometimes we'll go like that to the beach like down in the Carolinas with my side of the family, and like someone always wants orange juice, so it's around. So I'm like, if it's around, I'll have a glass, Right,
and there's more people to drink it, so it feels like
it doesn't go to waste. Yeah, but no, we don't usually have it here. But yeah, I like it. Now, are you pulp or no pulp?
This is a huge debate in my world.
Who's pulp?
Me. I am pro pulp.
You would be. You're what? You're no pulp?
I'm pro pulp.
You're pro pulp. Okay.
Why would you not be? It gives it some texture.
I don't like little weird things in my drinks.
Wow. Did you need to phrase it that way?
In what world are you like, drinking something? You're like, this doesn't have enough texture.
Okay. It's kind of like
I want strings in it.
That's kind of like a smoothie, or like ice cream.
No, it's not. No. You are not going to stand here. No. We are not going to live stream on Beyonce's internet with you claiming that pulp is the same as like a smoothie.
Smoothie or ice cream where it's like the chocolate chips. Like, don't you want the texture of the chocolate chips? Or the texture of like a strawberry ice cream?
Ice cream, yes. I'm not drinking my ice cream.
I see these as exactly the same.
Oh my gosh. You've been wrong about a lot in your life, but this might be one of the worst.
But like milk shouldn't have texture. That's gross.
Yeah, I know. I'm not so be clear, I'm not saying that orange juice that makes it gross. I'll drink pulp orange juice, but your comparison right now is so off. Like they should revoke your teaching license at this point. And you shouldn't be allowed by children. Like you should be banned.
I'm feeling very confident in my thoughts. So friends, clear this up in the comments.
I don't have any problem with anybody liking pulp. It's right now my problem is with your comparisons being so ridiculous.
I see no issue. What are other juices like cranberry juice, apple juice?
Apple juice. I like apple juice. I like a cran apple. That's good stuff. Cran apple juice.
But none of those are allowed to have any texture in them. That's gross.
Well, no, because like those don't naturally have pulp like an orange would have. Or I mean, I guess I don't think so, right? No, yeah.
Like a lemon juice?
I guess for me, I've always been like, okay, like and when you're doing an orange, like you could accidentally have pieces of your apple go into if you were trying to get apple juice out, I guess. But I'm like, I feel like pulp orange juice is like when they just were lazy. and they like didn't do it right, and so like part of the orange fell into the drink, and they're just like,
No.
it'll probably be fine.
Guys, clear this up in the comments. Jeff's wrong. It's fine. And if you think I'm wrong, just leave your thoughts to yourself.
Again, I want to be clear here. I'm not talking about pulp versus pulp at this point. I'm talking about you saying it's like a smoothie.
It's like a smoothie. It's like ice cream. It's like, don't you want something that has a little?
And ice cream, yes. Ice cream's not. We're not talking like that's not a drink. You can't compare it. I also want texture in like other foods, but not that doesn't make it okay to be in my orange juice.
I don't know. I have a lot of questions happening in my head
like,
with you.
I don't know. Drinking. I don't know. It's like, do I really want to feel like I just had corn on the cob and have crap in my teeth because I drank orange juice? No, I want to drink orange juice.
This
Because
just
I
gets
gotta brush my
so
teeth.
dramatic.
Like, oh, it's gonna be disgusting.
You're so dramatic. This is why we can't be on the show together.
Very dramatic.
5 minutes. We're so dramatic.
To be clear, if there was a glass of orange juice here and had pulp, and I'd still drink it.
So if you had a glass of orange juice with pulp, a smoothie, and ice cream next to you, you would eat all of them, drink all of them.
Assuming I like the flavors of the ice cream and smoothie, yeah.
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Ooh, I've always like my whole life I've just been like I just like chocolate ice cream, but I think if I had to choose right today, it would be like a mint chocolate chip.
Ooh, okay. Maybe that should be on your list. I mean, it's Friday. Like, go treat yourself to ice cream.
I don't do well with dairy, so I don't think I'm gonna go have ice cream.
Guys, does this feel like a therapy session to anyone else? Like,
I'm just gonna go get some pulp.
Yeah, go get some orange pulp in your.
Which I mean, if I want that, I'll just eat an orange. So
no, that's so. Oh my God, that's completely different. That's messy. Like.
Well, yes, I understand that. It's gosh, how do you eat an orange? That makes it messy.
I
Who are you?
thing I was going to ask you about. I literally had an entire like, oh, when do I get on the show? I'm going to ask Jeff about this, and this was nothing.
This morning we figured out that having pulp in your orange juice is basically like having ice cream, and it's also really messy to eat an orange.
Guys, I'm not even going to ask my question that had to do with tattoos with Jeff Gargas. I'm moving on to team talk. We'll be back. Welcome back to Teach Better Today morning show, where the Teach Better team gets to be live. And while Jeff Gargas has really made this show interesting, I hope that I'm here to help really make this part of the show fascinating, valuable, thrilling. I mean, you insert a wonderful, positive, elevating, inspiring term, and that's what this is going to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is a great show.
It's a great.
I sometimes think that our little arguments and stuff bring us closer together as friends, but today might not have. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I'm really excited that it's the weekend, so I can be like mad at you all weekend and not talk to you.
That's good enough reason. Like,
yeah, it's good.
Just every time you have your drink of orange, you should be like, that son of a gun.
He's such a jerk. Yeah, exactly. I actually want to talk about something that has come up 3 times in the last week. And I just want to mention that, like, I feel, and I had this rule when I was teaching and parents ask question, I feel if questions are asked to me more than 3 times, then I need to do some sort of larger description and answer for my audience. So like when I was a teacher, if a parent would ask the same question, or 3 different parents ask,
let all the parents know to be safe.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to send all
3 students come up to you the same question. Time to stop the class. Make sure everyone. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
So
this was from our community.
Our network in completely random ways. These were not questions that were like connected. One was at a professional development I was at. One was on a phone call. And one was like, I bumped into someone this weekend and they asked me. And I was like, okay, let's talk about this. Maybe this is like the time. So it has to do with the grid method. And it has to do with people getting into the grid method. And like, when do you start? How do you start? specifically, I was doing a workshop in Ohio last week, and they were asking, they had spent 2 days designing a grid, and then there was some hesitancy right as we were leaving, with educators being like, okay, I have all this done, but like I'm scared to take this step to officially
Actually
start
doing it.
implementing. And there was like just some nerves, and we were like, what are some good ways to get started? And our recommendation is kind of the theme of what these questions I've been asked, which is, can I use the grid method at the end of the year, right before winter break, and decide, like, do a week long grid to see, like, to feel it out, right? To like try mastery learning practices. Like, maybe you're not designing a grid, because if you're doing it for a week, it's probably not like a full-fledged
Probably not
in-depth
gonna be a full
grid.
on, yeah.
But, a grid is anywhere from like 2 weeks to 8 weeks. Like, I like that sweet spot of like 4 weeks, but you can still implement mastery learning practices with the classroom management tools that are incorporated in the grid method, and like try it out for 5 days. Like that's like a
Well, you could
really
try it
cool.
out with it instead of doing like a unit or something like that, like
Yeah.
just a small topic or piece of something. Be like, hey, we're gonna attack this a little bit differently
Yes.
to get a feel how your students are gonna react to it.
And
And
I
we've
think,
seen that. We've seen people do like really small, short grids that way.
yeah. So I was brainstorming this with a few teachers, like, again, like throughout the week, I've just given my thoughts, and I don't know what this community here will want. So I thought maybe we could give a few options of how you might do this and what resources exist, so you have some time, because today's only December 8th. So if you're going to do this, you have like a week or two to maybe wrap your head
Yeah.
around it and ask more questions. So first step is kind of deciding if you want to design just a 5-day, like essentially mini grid that's like maybe one level of the grid. I think that was most attractive to one of the groups I talked to, because they liked the concept of every square kind of being the most perfect mini lesson of introducing an idea, practicing an idea, and then like evaluating if they grasp that concept. So it's like 5 boxes that they're essentially moving through. And then beyond that, you can implement progress monitoring, you can implement goal setting and reflection, and you can implement, teacher conferencing, student engagement, self-paced. So there was like a lot there that felt new, even though it was a pretty safe instructional step. The only element that you need to think of with that is, if you allow for self-pace, the beauty of the grid method is that enrichment's naturally built in. So your students that are ready for more challenging information never like run out of content. And if you only prepare 5 boxes within the reasoning of like 5 days they're working, you're going to have students on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday that essentially have gone through all your content and don't have anything to do. So you have to think of like some sort of what's your plan then, right?
So can I ask you a question on that? Because that piqued my interest. Like, do you in that scenario, I'm doing 5 boxes. Do I create sort of like that level 5 extension thing just for that as well? Or
yeah, so a catch-all could be that you have like 5 boxes and then one level above that's just one open-ended prompt that allows them, if they get there, it's like the minimum expectation is maybe to finish the 5 boxes, and then if you reach that level 2, that is more of like the level 5, where it's like you have some sort of prompt that students are working on. It's considered enrichment in some way, shape, or form. Maybe there's a lot of choice in it. Student can create their own projects. Like, depending on how you want to do that, that could be an option.
Gotcha.
The other thing that in my mind is very similar, might lend itself a little bit better to the grid method visually, is creating a mini grid and including elements of the mini grid just to evolve in more of a grid format. What I liked about this is that in a few of my conversations, there's a lot of things at the end of the year that as teachers we have to do. Everything from having students, I don't know, check their grade book before they go on winter break, or turn in missing assignments that they have, or maybe they need to like clean out folders because when you get back, they won't need certain things from your class. So those type of activities are really good in level 1. Like, you could essentially make level 1 3 boxes, and it could be open up your red notebook from math class and like flag these things, or find these things, or turn in this missing assignment if you haven't done so already. And if the students have done it, then they're quickly checking that off and moving on, but you're giving them a very strategic checklist.
Yeah.
What I liked then is that level 2 and level 3 could be really fun reminders of the year. Maybe this is an opportunity to do review or give them, funky activities. And then maybe there's like reflection in there. Students can reflect and give them your thoughts, So I like that a little bit more because I think it sections out. You can be a little bit more specific where like level 1 is more of the to-dos. Level 2 is maybe more, recap. Level 3 is that reflection. Level 4 could be maybe that open-ended, like writing a letter to an incoming insert grade level here. What did you learn your first semester? So it is a lot of the same concept as the first, but gives, again, students, they can still do progress monitoring, still goal setting, reflection, still teacher conferencing, still self-paced practice. I mean, these are all things that could be done, and you could still do that in a week. It just is a smaller grid in its format. So you don't need 8 boxes in level 1. Maybe there's only like 4. But I think this could be really good for teachers because at the end of the year, we have a lot on our minds. And sometimes we kind of like throw away some of the days, even though I hate to say that, but like sometimes we do, especially since you have students missing, right? Like students are absent. And this kind of is a catch-all in my mind. Like it's kind of like a catch-all week of let's recap what we've learned, which is to me extremely valuable. Let's make sure everything's turned in, which we're going to have to do anyway. And let's like get some student voice and choice to better next semester, So if you're looking to implement any of those ideas, obviously I just brainstormed with you here, but reach out to me. I'd love to help. Anyone on the team could do this type of coaching and work with you. We just hop on a call. And we have a ton of resources over at teachbetter.com/thegrid method. If you are unfamiliar with maybe how to design a grid or how to do progress monitoring, like there's so many different resources and things you can steal. But hopefully that maybe gets you started of how you can dip your toe in this without feeling like you're going full-fledged.
Yeah, and I think we'd love to see you, if you're able to use this last bit of time, like you said, those last days, whatever, to do something like this, and so we can support you. That's awesome.
Well, and then I know so many educators who will start then January with an intro grid, like a 2 or 3 day intro grid. And again, now your students have a full week of practicing grid method procedures and practices mindset. Then they have another few days when they get back reinforcing those. To me, that sets you up for a really good semester to maybe push it a little further and maybe try using it for content or not. Who knows? But then they're at least getting started at their own pace.
Yeah. So, I like it.
Anyway, hopefully you all are able to chew on how you can continue to serve your students. Jeff, thanks for letting me blab. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it too. But when you said chew on, I was like, on the pulp? Is that what we're chewing on?
No, I'm going to go drink pulp orange juice, friends. See y'all later, y'all. Have a good weekend.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, Teach Better community. Thank you so much for joining the Teach Better Today morning show every single weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We have so many resources for you outside of this live stream at teachbetter.com, including blogs, podcasts, and professional development that will bring our team to your school. Wherever you are listening from this morning, please make sure you are sharing and celebrating the incredible educators in this world. And hey, if you are listening over on a podcast to Teach Better Talk, we would love a 5-star review. The comments are always so entertaining. We'll see you tomorrow.